What is going on, everybody? It's the Fonz. We're back in for a Monday night review for Monday, September 24th, 2018, as we get wind down this month of September on our way to October, and what we showdown, which will be next Saturday. Again, with bid 6, I don't know how many weeks ago, it's been Roman in the Shield and his Shield. Roman and his Shield over and over and over again, and that's exactly what this week was. You started the show off with the Shield. You ended the show off with the Shield in the main event. The only positive coming out of the this week is that the Authors of Pain got to be in the main event. One of the things that they did, and they had to do something like this, was they changed the narrative a little bit because they had the Dogs of War, and I don't know why we had to call them that, but that's their name, I guess. But from the Dogs of War. The Dogs of War started talking Ambrose and trying to show him that, hey, they don't care about you. Seth and Roman don't care about you. You were once a great wrestler on your own. You didn't need them. They needed you. And they're starting to try and build a rift between Seth, Dean Ambrose, and the rest of the Shield, which not now, but eventually is going to happen. When? I don't know. It looks like it might. It does feel like it's gonna probably be TLC because they want to eventually get Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose feud at WrestleMania. So that's what we're probably looking at is Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins for WrestleMania, which was supposed to be this past WrestleMania, and this year didn't happen because of Dean Ambrose's injury. So that is pretty much what I believe forward to. I will also have to say that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns will remember the Continental title and Universal Championship because leading up to Summer to Hell in a Cell, every time the Shield came out, Seth and Roman came out without their titles. So it was a nice change to actually see them have their championships. We're going to go through this show tonight and have a couple things to say. And one, I'm going to have a little bit of things to say about a certain botcher who should be nowhere near wrestling. But the show started off as Dean Ambrose gets an unexpected offer from the Dogs of War.
What you are looking at are the 3 workhorses in WWE. Now, we may have lost a few battles here and there, but we have never lost a war. And as you can see, we're still standing.
I mean, you could read off our resumes, but it would take probably all day. But the simple fact is, all we have to do is this. Because these championships are the keys to the kingdom.
And as for tonight, Baron Corbin, the world's largest substitute teacher, he seems to think the Shield's a problem. And if I overheard correctly, I think Steph told him to round up a couple of...
Oh yeah, before the Shield came out, they did show Baron Corbin meet Stephanie in the back limo. And he was singing her happy birthday because it was Stephanie's birthday yesterday. I don't really care. But he came out, he sang happy birthday, and of course, then Triple H was in the limo too. That kind of ended that. Triple H was like, this is awkward, and he left. And Stephanie lashed out for Baron Corbin because Raw has been nothing but chaos since he took over right after SummerSlam. It's been just hell and chaos. And she was not happy with the fact that he put himself in a title match. Baron Corbin's like, well, the Shield's been provoking me, so I had to do something. It's like, well, if you have a problem with the Shield, then tonight it's going to be you and 2 tag team partners versus the Shield in the main event.
Partners and come out here and show the Shield who's boss. Well, Baron Corbin, We're out here, and we'd love to show you how big of a problem we could be right now
At WWE Super Show.
Corbin came out and said a couple things, and he's like, "My partners tonight, but are gonna take care of you guys, but we're not the only ones you have problems with." And then came out the Dogs of War.
So it's gonna be the two of you versus the four of us, and I ain't talking about Corbin.
What do you... I know you probably
Just look
didn't
at Dean
graduate in the
Ambrose's
third
like
grade, but
reaction
your
and
math,
face here.
your
This
math
entire
is a little
segment.
off there. Why don't you consult dummy 1 and dummy 2 on your left? Get that thing straight.
Maybe you ought to run that math by your brother Dean Ambrose. Because I think Dean is starting to see the light.
You see, Dean, the Shield needs you, but you don't need the Shield.
It's ridiculous.
Roman and Seth.
They cut it out, but Dolph did say that he was on SmackDown with Dean Ambrose, and he was champion. He did everything he did over on SmackDown by himself. He didn't need the Shield then, and he doesn't need the Shield now.
Do not appreciate you. Dean, you deserve more. It's true, it's true. Disposable Dean is probably what they call you behind your back. You see, when Seth couldn't beat me at SummerSlam, who did he beg to come back and help him? You, Dean, you sacrificed yourself for Seth, and what'd you get from it? Nothing? How about the very next night? Monday Night Raw, Mr. Monster in the Bank is cashing in for his chance at the Universal Championship. And Dean, what happened? You sacrificed yourself for Roman. So now Seth is champion, Roman is champion, and Dean is just a sucker, I guess. So think about this, Dean. You hang with us, Intercontinental title, it's all yours, brother. I know it's not easy, and it would be nothing short of committing treason to turn your back on them. But here we are.
Shut up already, man. Just shut up, all right? These people didn't pay their money to watch you bump your gums.
No, they didn't pay to watch you flub your gums too. Also, they did cut it out too when Dean Ambrose was on the show, and Dolph Ziggler mentioned, "Well, Seth, how long will it take you to replace Dean? 1-2 weeks, and then boom, you're tag team partners with Jason Jordan, friends and everything." This little picture I have here, you got Seth, you got Roman, Dean's in the middle, and Dean's just got this stone cold looking face, like he just like they're probably true. They're probably telling the truth. He's just trying to fight back the fact that he knows that what Dolph Ziggler is saying is 100% true.
They paid their hard-earned money to watch us whoop your ass, so let's do it. Here we go. Whoa, 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 no, 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 no. No. This is not happening right now. No, it's not. You can ask all you want. You can chant all you want. It's not happening. Drew, Dolph, you have to defend your tag team championships tonight. My partners and I will deal with the Shield, and we're going to spoil your little reunion before it even begins.
And that was the start of Monday Night Raw. So WWE pretty much had no choice but to do this. They had to go and get do something to make it different, because if we wouldn't want to just go with what we did last year with like the Shield just being the Shield, then people would get bored with this fast. So they had to do something, and it also is going to build to the eventual heel turn for Dean Ambrose, which I don't know what's going to happen. It's not going to happen at Super Showdown. Not going to happen at Super Showdown. It's not going to happen at Crown Jewel. It's not going to happen at SmackDown 1000. TLC might be where it happens. I mean, look at, and I'm not comparing the two factions, but look at last year at War Games with the Undisputed Era. So many people, including myself, I think others too, so many people predicted that Roderick Strong was going to turn heel and join the Undisputed Era at NXT TakeOver War Games. That did not happen. And he did not turn heel until NXT TakeOver New Orleans, which was 7 months away, 7 months later or so, something like that. 7 months later, 6 months later, 5 months, whatever it was. So they're starting to show the cracks now. The cracks will not continue, will not go they will not completely break until probably TLC, because it is a rumor that the Dogs of War will face off against the Field at NXT, not NXT, I'm sorry, at TLC in December. And they also penciled in for the Starrcade event in November. So it's very interesting to see what they got going. That would not be the last time before the main event that you would see Dolph Ziggler or Drew McIntyre try and talk some sense in Ambrose. We will get to that as we go. Alicia Fox versus Nia Jax. Yay, who cares? Nia Jax wins with the Samoan drop. Don't really care. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I had this all out of order. That's wrong. That was later in the show. Let's see here. What do we have next? Balor versus Mahal with their mixed match challenge partners in their corners, because WWE has to try and get you to watch the mixed match challenge because it's probably not going very well. They want you to make, hey, these guys are tag teams. They're going to be on this show, which nobody cares about. Match comes to an end when Bayley slaps Alicia Fox on the outside, hits a Bayley to belly on Samir Singh. That distracts Jinder Mahal, who gets pulled up by Finn Balor, who gets 3 counts. So Balor gets the win with the help of Bayley's distraction. Yay. Then this next match really pissed me off. We had the Bella Twins and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. Brie Bella should be nowhere near a wrestling ring ever again. She has injured Lena Vega. She's probably injured Maurice, and she injured Liv Morgan. She is a catastrophe, a careless, reckless person. Then she goes on social media and after the show tonight and last night and says, "Oh, we're after the entertain, not really mean to hurt somebody. I'm thinking of you, Liv Morgan." Are you kidding me? I don't care who you had to suck up to in the back. I don't care who you have in your back pocket. I don't care. You don't deserve to be in the ring. You can't wrestle. You can never wrestle. You're sitting on the mic. I don't care. And AJ Lee was right when she hit that pipe bomb a couple years ago, where she said wrestling talent is not sexually transmitted. She stole her husband's yes kick. She does a couple. She does 3 that land on Liv. Liv falls backwards after the third one, falls forward, and Brie Bella hits her square on the forehead, and Liv Morgan looked like she died. She literally looked like she died. And she was out of the match for the majority of the match until they did a spot that I don't think needed to happen, in which I think it was Sarah Logan trying to duplex one of the Bellas. And then the other one, and it ended up becoming a triple suplex with Natty and Natty, Nikki, and Brie on one side, and the Riot Squad on the other side, suplexing each other. And that was the last thing Chris Amon was out looking at Liv Morgan, and she has a possible concussion. And it's all Brie Bella's fault. I don't care if you want to say it was an accident. It wasn't. That was deliberate. She literally did not. The yes kick, she's supposed to go 1, 2, 3, and then back up for the third one, which is kick around the head. She didn't do that. She just stood there and just kicking this woman, and Liv Morgan kept falling lower and lower until she got hit square on the head. You are reckless. You are careless. You should be nowhere near the ring. You worthless piece of shit. You're going to ruin somebody's lives. The running knee that you did to Vega 3 or 4 weeks ago, probably that was a botch too. You almost killed yourself in your first match back because you don't know how to do a suicide dive right. Stay out of the ring. Go back to being on Total Divas and get off of our TVs. Period. I can't stand Brie Bella or Nikki Bella either. Get them away. This is not helping the women's quote unquote evolution. It is devolving the women's evolution. We're going back to divas, and this is the last thing we see is people getting injured because of a reckless, careless individual. Period. There was no reason for that to happen. No reason for this bitch to be on fucking TV. You don't deserve it. There are more deserving people to have TV time over a Bella. I don't care if you're married to Daniel Bryan. Go be a stay-at-home mom. Go do your wine. Go do your YouTube show. Stay out of the ring. Worthless piece of garbage. Moving on here. They bring everyone out to the Raw locker room stage, and they have a Connor's Cure thing where they teamed up with Hyundai for the Hyundai on Wheels, whatever. Presented 2 championships to 2 kids who have pediatric cancer. Not gonna go too much into it. Not much for me, but it is what it is. Then we had the first of a couple recruiting times last night with Dean Ambrose. Then he just standing on his own, could have been jumped by somebody, when Dolph Ziggler ends up coming in and tries to get into Dean Ambrose's head. So, yes. So Ziggler tries to get into Dean Ambrose's head. Before he comes in, you just see Dean Ambrose here, and you can tell he is definitely thinking of everything that was told to him earlier in the show. You can just tell he's just sitting there thinking, it's like, maybe they're right. Maybe they don't care about me.
Hey, no. Listen. I don't want trouble. I don't want to fight.
Out.
I don't want to fight.
Of my sight.
Hey, listen. All I'm saying was out there earlier. All I was saying was the truth, and you know that. All I was saying was the truth. Where was the Shield? Where was the Shield when you were out for 9 months? You almost died from a staph infection. Where were they? Huh?
I do like this though. This is really awesome. That this is true. This is something that happened when Dean Ambrose was out injured. He was getting rehabbing everything, and he ended up getting a staph infection, and it almost killed him. So if that didn't get fixed, we could be seeing the WWE without Dean Ambrose again. And the fact that they had it penciled in for Dolph Ziggler to bring that up means a lot and could go a long way. That, yeah, I had a staph infection, and I was off almost dead while Seth Rollins was off being partnered with Jason Jordan, or Roman Reigns was off doing his own thing, and neither one of these guys came to, keep in touch with me. Definitely great that they put that in there.
They don't care. They don't care about you. You mean too much. Listen. I was on SmackDown with you. I was there, okay? I saw you do everything you could do on your own. You were champion there. I saw it all with my own eyes. They don't give a damn about you. And you know that. You'll always just be part of the Shield with them. Listen, man. Tonight when you go up against Corbin and his crew, you don't have to do anything. All right? I know how hard it is to turn on your brothers. I know what it means. You don't have to do anything. We'll be out there watching. You just give us a signal, man. We'll take care of the rest.
Just more and more recruiting. Definitely just adding a little bit more of a twist of the screw as we get through this. Can someone tell me why Chad Gable is facing Connor of the Ascension? Why is Chad Gable? Why do we have this tag team? Bobby Roode, Chad Gable formed, and all they've done is angled with the Ascension. They've lost they essentially lost to Chad Gable and Bobby Roode twice, and then Victor lost last week. But then they had Connor win with a Ron Simmons style-esque dominator. So why still going on? This is just like when the Authors of Pain were having their whatever you want to call that feud with Titus Worldwide, which by the way was Titus Worldwide been since Dana Brooke said I'm done with you two. They've been nowhere to be found. And honestly, I don't care. So I don't know what they're trying to do here. Why, like this heel turn? This is supposed to lead to a Bobby Roode. And the biggest question is, will Chad Gable over enough to make it matter when Bobby Roode eventually turns on him? Like when Mojo Valley turned on Zack Ryder, people loved the Hype Bros. People were fans of the Hype Bros. So for a minute there, until with him, Mojo Rawley got a good heat because he turned on Zack Ryder. When Seth Rollins turned on the Shield, that got a huge action because they were over. He was booed heavily on out for a while. Will it matter when Chad Gable beaten down by Bobby Roode? Bobby Roode becomes the nasty heel he should have been from the start. I don't know, but it's definitely going to be something to look into. Then we have Stephanie and Triple H leaving before that can do that. Charlie Caruso, I believe it was, runs into them and asks Triple H about The Undertaker and what he said last week.
Stephanie, Triple.
And may I say though, before this goes on, the beginning of this thing, they flash to these two, like getting ready to come to the car, but whoever shot this did it piss poorly because like they go black and come to the next scene, and Stephanie and Triple H are just standing waiting for their cue for like 10 seconds. It was really awkward. I know they're probably just waiting for like the move, but whoever had them ready to go did not have them in motion. It would just look really weird.
Triple H, excuse me. I know both of you have a lot going on tonight, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, Triple H, about The Undertaker's comments from last week.
Charlie, tonight has been an incredible night, but it's...
Sorry, I got this. I got it. What would you like to know about The Undertaker?
Well, last week the Phenom said that you have a broken soul and that delusion would be your downfall because you've gotten corporate.
The Undertaker is worried about a suit, then he has already lost. We're not going to be fighting in suits. We're not going to be fighting in a boardroom. And as far as him taking my soul, I sold that a long time ago.
I just love the way he says it. It's like, taking my soul, I sold that a long time ago. Everybody who's in the wrestling business has sold their soul. It's how you become successful. Selling your soul is the only really way you become successful in this world. It's just how it is.
Anybody that is honest with themselves can feel it in the air. Been coming for a while now. When it comes to The Undertaker, the end is near.
But it won't be at Super Showdown. As we all know, this is going to lead to Shawn Michaels DX versus the Brothers of Destruction at Crown Jewel. And from what I've been hearing, a lot of people are speculating that it's going to lead to Crown Jewel, and then that's going to lead to Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels one last time, with both men putting the boots up forever. Again, I don't want to see any of that. Period. I don't even want to see this match again Saturday. Then let's see here. Tag team title match, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus the Revival. This match was only happened because the Revival was supposed to face the B team right before Hell in a Cell, but Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler put them down and took the title opportunity and ended up winning the tag team titles. This was a pretty darn good match. Unfortunately, the Revival was defeated with a zigzag Claymore combo, and Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre win this match. Then we had the Kevin Owens show because before after that match is gonna be Leo Rush, but not Leo Rush. I'm sorry, Elias versus Bobby Lashley. When they I don't know what they're doing. Last week, Bobby Lashley versus um Elias ended in DQ Elias's way. So what did they do this week? The exact opposite. But here is the Kevin Owens show when Leo Rush brings his gift of gab to the Kevin Owens show.
Elias, thank you for this stellar introduction. You know, I am your biggest fan, I really am. That's why I'm so glad that I get to team with you at Super Showdown against this dream team, this bona fide super team of Bobby Lashley, pictured right there.
That is a thing of beauty, man.
Not bad. And his partner, and Elias, I don't think we can undersell this. Listen, his partner, the most decorated champion, the most respected man in the locker room, arguably the greatest WWE superstar today, and the man that I beat on my very first night here, John Cena. Well, you know, that's at Super Showdown. You and I, we need to talk about something that happened last week with Bobby Lashley and one Leo Rush.
Kev, I'll be honest, I don't even want to look at these people, let alone talk to them, so.
That's fine, I'll do the talking. You know, I don't know much about Leo Rush. I know he's Bobby Lashley's hype man. But besides that, I know that last week he went on commentary over there and started talking trash about me, attacking me, unprovoked. Well, you know, Leo's lucky that I'm a forgiving man. He's also lucky that I'm a very generous man, because I've decided I want to get to know him a little better. And for that, I've decided to give him an opportunity to step onto the grandest stage there is, my stage. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest on the Kevin Owens Show, Leo Rush.
Me and Bobby made you two look like fools last week.
Bob?
And we all know that you're out here because you're wanting to make up for those failures. Listen, I'm the big man's hype man. I'm the 23-year-old piece of gold. And I know that I might be young, but I'm not naive. So let me tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay right up here.
Leo, listen, I'm sure you've got concerns, okay, but let me tell you, we got some special seating for you. We took care of it. Grab the thing real quick.
So Kevin goes and grabs down below and brings up a boost seat. Because Leo Rush is about half Elias' size, and because he's a child.
There, it's all set up for you, buddy.
Again with the jokes.
That's good.
He's good with the jokes again. But you know what? Don't tell them all to me. I know somebody else who would love to hear them. Okay? He's not just a man. He is a Rocky Mountain-made machine. He looks like money, he smells like money, because he is money. He is the heavyweight that is back to dominate, and he just so happens to have a rematch coming up next with you. So allow me to introduce my man in Denver, Colorado's own, Bobby Lashley.
Even though Bobby Lashley is Colorado Springs, Colorado, but semantics. I'm just gonna say I love the whole Leo Rush thing. And the guy can talk. I know the guy can talk for about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, and whenever came up to 205 Live, he really much in NXT. He got a cup of coffee treat because of his Emma tweet last year. Just think about this. Last year around this time, actually no, but it's coming up around that time. Almost a year ago, Leo Rush was so close to losing his job because of a tweet he posted out of Emma, who just got fired not too long after having a mini feud with Asuka. He tweeted out, "This is what happens when you're not ready for Asuka." Everybody everyone died. Like he was seen on NXT once or twice, and we didn't see him anything after that until he got destroyed by Sullivan, and then they decided, well, we're gonna put him on 205 Live, where and now he manager to Bobby Lashley, and he definitely has breakout potential for the WWE. Will we end up seeing Elias and Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley in a Rush next week? I have no idea, but definitely a great pairing. I do like the whole little he's so small he could be a child joke, but those are eventually going to get very, very old. You can only do those for so long. This match was nothing special. If you saw it last week, you saw it this week, but all of a sudden, like after Bobby Lashley sloppily spears Elias out of the ring, Kevin Owens starts chasing Lio Rush. And chases him down the ring, and he ends up kicking Bobby Lashley, so Bobby Lashley by DQ. Lio Rush ends up getting chased by Elias and Kevin Owens until someone finally catches him, and Bobby Lashley comes in and saves him, and that is that. In the back, it's this time Seth Rollins coming to get into the head of Drew McIntyre, because he's going to sit there and tell him, hey, you said we used Dean Ambrose. Well, you're the one being by Braun Strowman and Dolph Ziggler.
You know, Drew, I couldn't really help but notice you were talking about the truth a lot out there, and I figured I'd find you and give you a little dose of the truth. And you're talking about, me and Roman using Ambrose, but the truth is that you're the one who's being used. And you think Braun Strowman gives a damn about you? No, he's just using you to get what he wants. And we all know Dolph Ziggler's the weak link in that team. He's been riding your coattails since day one. I mean, you're the talented one. You're the one picking up all the victories. I don't understand. Why is it that Dolph's getting all the Intercontinental Championship opportunities? Shouldn't that be you? And you're carrying Dolph every step of the way. You literally carried him out of the match at Hell in a Cell. I don't know, man. I just think before you point fingers at me and Roman for using Ambrose, which we're not, you should take a good, long look at the mirror. Think about who's being used.
And now McIntyre gets on there for a second, but his butt comes by.
Was that all about? Don't worry about it.
Ooh, can we just have the tension rise between both teams? The tension rise between both teams, yeah. Definitely. Then we had the Nia Jackson, Alicia Fox match. Nia Jackson wins by Samoan drop. Who really cares? You had Alexa Bliss and Mickie James out with Alicia Fox, and Ember Moon will never become Raw Women's Championship as long as we have, or even get an opportunity at the Raw Women's Championship as long as Ronda Rousey has the title. It's just sad. Ember Moon puts on one of the best matches last year in NXT, in WWE all last year, and she had some good matches against Baszler. Is now reduced to being accompanied by Ember Moon. Totally sad, really, really sad. Then we had Drew McIntyre talk to Dean Ambrose about things that Seth Rollins just talked to him about, and that it's just they're trying to get in his head, and it's becoming more and more apparent that probably not right.
Yeah, what now? Relax. I should be asking you the question. I just had your partner Seth Rollins approach me there. You took everything we said to you, every little truth, spun them, and applied them to me. Now, why would he do that? I have a couple of theories. Number one, Seth has a big idea for a four-man shield, an unstoppable force. Or perhaps he realizes everything we said was true. Maybe he and Roman should have texted you more. Maybe they should have checked up on you. Maybe he's looking for a replacement. And maybe I'm just overreacting. It's not like Seth has ever stabbed you in the back before.
Ooh. That's the big one right there that Dean's definitely gonna have to look at. It's like, Seth's never turned his back on us before, has he? Well, yes, he did. Remember 4 years ago, was it? 14? 14? Yeah, 2014. Yeah, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins turned his back on both members of the Shield. I thought it was going to be Seth and Dean turning on Roman, so they had the single Roman, but they didn't do that. Alright, so definitely going to be interesting to see where this goes next week going into Super Showdown, because we do have one more Monday Night Raw going into Super Showdown. Next week it has been confirmed that we will have Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens, and then also Ronda Rousey will take on Ruby Riott in a non-title match. So it's going to be interesting. That's a little bit of breath of fresh air. And she will have the Bellas in her corner. Yay. The less I have to see of the Bellas, the better. I'm just saying. I'm looking at this and I'm like, there's a lot of time left. There's like 20, 30 minutes left. It's already time for Shield versus Corbin and his tag team, which turned out, of course, to be the Authors of Pain, which people were complaining last night. Oh, why are the Authors of Pain? What's so special about the Authors of Pain? Why are they in the main event? Gee, I don't know, because it's something different. For the next umpteen pay-per-views, we're going to have the Dogs of War versus the Shield. So that's going to get very, very tiring. So it's nice to see a team get their opportunity. Will this lead to the AOP becoming tag team champions within the next 12 months? Most likely not. This match was a match. The match comes to an end when Roman tags in, hits a spear on Baron Corbin, and steals it. And the winners were of the Shield. Really expect them to lose. The big topic of this is the fact that the Dogs of War was sitting in the aisleway on chairs, just watching this match. And Dean Ambrose had Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns standing in the middle of the ring while Dean Ambrose was on the floor because he did a suicide dive onto one of the AOP members. He was the legal man. He did the bounce off the rope. Roman tagged in. He did a suicide dive after Seth suicide dive like everybody else. And he's in between the Dogs of War Shield, and it wasn't like immediate reaction. He does eventually go and join the Shield, but you could see Seth and Roman questioning, "What are you doing, man? What are you doing?" Like you just see that that questioning in them. That what is he doing? So he does eventually rejoin the Shield. They do the fist pose in the ring, and that's how Rush. And so the starting tension between Dean and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns that will most likely eventually lead to the end of the Shield. And when the Shield finally break up this time, that is it. Done. No more Shield reunions, no more Shield anything for at least 10 years. Enough of it. Like, you had Evolution get a reunion in 2014, but that was like 5-6 years after their last reunion. It's like you can't just have them get, like, you just can't continue to do, but it's like, oh, well, they had a reunion last year. Let's just forget that ever happened, and here's another reunion. It just takes away the specialness of a union like the Shield or like when Evolution did it. It's just you do it once, okay, that's awesome. You do it and the next year, really. Now, when the Shield eventually breaks up, are we gonna come to next year and be like, well, the Shield turn again? No, don't do that. But whenever this breakup happens, and it will happen, it's going to be special, and hopefully they do it right. But that is going to be all for your Monday Night Raw review. Find me on Twitter at TheFrance. Find me on twitch.tv/TheFrance08. Give me a comment down below what you thought of this episode of Monday Night Raw. Like this video or dislike it if you want. Hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys tomorrow for SmackDown Live.